guys, welcome back to another video here on my channel. My name is Dunn and I make videos about travel, language, culture, and lifestyle. And I have been speaking Arabic for quite some time now, okay? And if you didn't know, I am currently in Egypt, okay? And today I'm going to be giving you 9 tips and tricks to help you learn Arabic more quickly but efficiently, okay? So with that being said, let's get started with the video. Jumping right into this video, you should know that Arabic is one of the most widely spoken languages in the world, with around 353.6 million speakers throughout Africa, the Middle East, and Arab minority groups throughout the world. So there are 3 main classifications for Arabic, with the first one being Modern Standard Arabic, also known as MSA, Fusha, or Classical Arabic, okay? And this is the grammatically correct, standardized form of the language. The second classification being Gulf Arabic, which is spoken in countries like Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. And then the last classification being Levantine Arabic, which is spoken in countries like Lebanon, Syria, and Palestine. Okay guys, so tip number 1 is to focus on one Arabic dialect, okay? Focus on a specific Arabic dialect. If you didn't know, Arabic dialects vary from country to country.
سنة ونص مصور. مبسوطة انه يمكن بوضع العالم اليوم انه العالم كلها قاعدة ببيوتها عم تحضر اكثر تلفزيون.
رشحنا اسامي كلهم اعتذروا لصغر يعني لان مساحة الدور صغيرة جدا. فكله بيعتذر يعني
أتصاعد باللهجة. يعني هلا صرت أظني بغنيها أحسن من السي دي لأنه صاروا يصلحوا لي الناس وأنا بحب الناس يصلحوا لي.
And focusing on a specific dialect is really going to make your learning process a lot easier, and so that you're not bombarding your brain with vocabulary that you won't be using on a daily basis. So for example, in Lebanon they may use the word shu for what, but in Egypt they'll say the word e, right? So if you're speaking with Egyptians on a daily basis, you're not going to be using the word shu, you'll be using the word e. So there's no point of you knowing what they're saying in Lebanon if you're going to be speaking with Egyptians on a daily basis, okay? And I would recommend you to learn the Egyptian dialect because it is the most widely understood throughout the Arabic speaking countries because of Egyptian TV, movies, film in general, and music being so popular in the Arab world, okay? But with that being said, choose whatever dialect of Arabic resonates or speaks to you, okay? You don't have to learn the Egyptian dialect. If you're interested in Syria, learn the Syrian dialect. If you're interested in Lebanon, which they have a beautiful dialect, learn that. But you can always go back and learn another Arabic dialect once you feel comfortable in the dialect that you're speaking already, okay? And also learning and focusing on one specific dialect of Arabic is really going to help you personalize a relationship with that country and also familiarize yourself with that country's culture, people, and traditions, okay? So yes, focus on a specific Arabic dialect. Okay guys, so tip number 2, which is not really a tip, it's more of a trick, and that is to practice your Arabic writing by making squiggly lines from right to left in a circular motion in a straight line, okay? And no, it's not going to be perfect at first, but that's the whole point, is for you to make those squiggly lines until they come straight across the paper, or at least as straight as you can get them. And I say make them in a circular motion because Arabic is a language, as far as it being written, that almost feels like you're drawing, okay? So by doing this, you're gonna start making yourself get used to how Arabic is written. You're training your brain to tell your hands, okay, I'm not used to this. I can get used to this. This is okay. Let's just keep going, okay? So, like I said, once again, practice making squiggly lines on your paper from right to left in a straight line in a circular motion. And I promise you, in no time, writing in Arabic is going to be a piece of cake. Tip number 3 is to write words in your own understanding or transliteration, okay? So what I mean by that is, for example, the word she'et, right, means apartment. So I'm gonna write that however it sounds to me, okay? So I would write it as S-H-E-H. Then I maybe will make a arrow going up so I know to go shet, and then I would put E as in E-H next to it with an arrow going down so that I know that it's going shet. Okay, so shet. So you're gonna write things however you hear them phonetically to you, okay? And there's absolutely no problem with that. And then alongside to that, you can just write the word in Arabic so that now you know how it's pronounced, and then you have the word next to it so you know how it's correctly spelled. And this is gonna really help you with making your pronunciation in Arabic very precise. Tip number 4 is to learn the Arabic phonetic mnemonic system, okay? And the phonetic mnemonic system is basically just a technique that helps you memorize, emphasize sounds or words or information through numbers, okay? And this is something that you're going to see very commonly in Franco-Arabic, the Arabic that is not written in your traditional Arabic script, okay? So each number represents a sound or a letter from the alphabet, okay? So for example, the letter Ain, right? Ain in the Arabic language is going to be written like a 3, okay? So Ain, anytime you see that 3 in the beginning of a word, you know it's a throat sound. Ain, ayuni, ayuni, my eyes, ayuni. And then maybe another number like the number 7, right? You're gonna hear ha, ha. You're gonna see it in words like sabah, or in phrases like sabah al-khir, good morning, okay? So each number is going to be representing a sound or letter, okay? So yes, learn that Arabic phonetic mnemonic system. It's going to help you so much. You're going to see it a lot during learning Arabic. Alright guys, so tip number 5 is to speak, okay? And I know that some of you may feel like, oh no, I can't, I'm so shy. You know, you may feel like you are pronouncing something wrong, or maybe you don't know how to conjugate a verb correctly. Listen, we were all new at starting something before, okay? And we have to try. We have to try to get better. And the best way to keep and store information is through active repetition, okay? So try to speak with people from your community. Try to speak with people online, on language exchange apps. And hey, you can even talk to yourself, okay, in the mirror.
It's just you, right? You're not crazy. You're not crazy.
So tip number 6 is to watch interviews, shows, films, and your target Arabic dialect, okay? And this goes hand in hand with number 5, because now you're going to be able to put context to the information that you are learning, okay? And you don't have to watch anything super big and elaborated. You can start off with watching kid shows, you know what I mean? You don't have to watch anything about how our carbon footprint affects climate change, okay? You don't have to watch anything like that. You know, you start small and you work your way up, and you really want to focus on watching content that is most likely going to contain vocabulary that you have recently been learning. Remember, active repetition is what is going to store information. Tip number 7 is to learn about that target dialect of Arabic's country, okay? Whether that be Morocco, whether that be Lebanon, whether that be Syria, whether that be Egypt, okay? With this, you're going to start to build a sense of community, like I said, and you're going to start learning about people's cultures and their traditions and their values, okay? And this is going to make you a significantly better speaker and observer, okay? And also learning about cultures or countries' food is really going to tell you a lot about who they are, the history of the people. There's a lot of history in food, okay? So yes, learn about a specific country that you're interested in, you know, your dialect of Arabic, where you can personalize a relationship between you and the people, and you know, get that free vocab in, okay? Right, if you're in Egypt, right, and you have to learn about the food, that's free vocab. You might be saying tameya a lot, which is falafel, hummus, and baba ganoush, okay? Learn about that country, okay? Tip number 8 is to listen to music, and listen to a lot of it, okay? Listening to music is really going to make your learning process so much more fun, okay? And music is almost something that is spiritually connected to us. You know, you ever just feel a song and you know you feel good, and if you really like these songs that you're learning, you translate the lyrics, you know, from Arabic into English or whatever your language, your native language is, and day by day you play these songs, and you know, repetition. You're making this a part of your life. You're making this language a part of your life, and music is something that is so personal to us that when you're learning a language, it almost can feel like you are physically touching the words, you know? So yes, listen to a lot of music, listen to a lot of it, and repetition, sing those songs from the top of your lungs, okay? So yeah, listen to music. Okay guys, so my last tip is to learn Islamic phrases in Arabic. And when I say that, I mean phrases like inshallah, meaning God willing, mashallah, what God has willed, and phrases like bismillah, which is in the name of God, okay? And Arabic is a language that is predominantly spoken by people of the Islamic faith, okay? So when you're going to these places, going to these different countries where people speak Arabic, these are, you know, phrases that are commonly spoken daily, okay? And this is, it's free vocab. You're gonna hear them every other day, you know, learn what they mean. It's a still. And also, you do not have to renounce your religion because you're learning these phrases, okay? Learn something new, respect other people's traditions, respect other people's culture and their way of life, okay? That's it, you know, learn something new. Okay guys, so that concludes this video. I hope you found these tips and tricks helpful. Let me know down in the comments what you found interesting, what helped you out, what are you going to apply to your learning process and how you study, okay? So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, but most importantly, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Bye!